Wednesday addiction. Humpin' it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro.
Hello and welcome everyone. The week is almost over. You're halfway there. It's Wednesday, hump day, and you're now humping it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro. Please get your mind out of the gutter.
What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. It is your most favorite hour of your life. Why are you laughing? What was so funny about what I just said? It's the best time of their life. What is funny about that? Humpin' It podcast time, guys. That's what it is. You know what it is. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate the love, support, and the views. Thank y'all. Thank you for subscribing. And please tell somebody who knows something about it. Join us for the best hour of your life. Each and every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And Discord if you so happen to jump on. Please jump on. We need you. Anyways, what's going down, family?
Not much. A little frustrated over here.
Frustrated? You look like you have a little grumble cloud over your head.
I do.
Oh, no, that's your afro. I'm sorry. Hey, baby, laugh. I don't care.
Yeah,
Say
it doesn't
something.
take much. Anyway.
Just looking at you.
Whatever, please. Don't hate.
Hate on what? I'll just play. What's up, Mello?
So, it's that time of year. School starts on Monday. I get an email. One of your classes doesn't satisfy the veterans residency requirement. Okay. So why does that not satisfy? It's on my approved electives. Well, because you have to take certain sciences back to back, and you can't take another one until you have satisfied it. Long story short, I had to rearrange my whole schedule, drop one of my classes, and then take up Spanish, which I'm okay with. I would have preferred American Sign Language. But there are none that will fit my schedule. So now I had to recertify my courses and hope everything gets done in time without any more issues before school starts on Monday. I don't need this stress.
You sound like you need to be calling somebody. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, I spoke to the assistant dean. He kind of got it all straight, told me what I need to do. But there's a lot that could still happen. And I don't know why I act surprised.
It happened last year. Last semester.
And the semester before. So
Maybe it's time for new school.
Community college, guys. Community college.
Maybe it's time for a new school. I'm just saying.
Sound language sounds awesome.
Was that D83?
Sound language sounds awesome.
Yes. I'm trying to take a class myself. We're just gonna pretend like he's.
I was doing my numbers. That's.
I don't know what you were doing.
That was sign language numbers.
Was it?
I do know my numbers.
What numbers? Let's go through them. 1, 2, 5. That's not 5. Look at you.
That's 3.
I didn't say
That's
3.
3.
I said 5.
Oh yeah, I went over my head. You got me. You got me. Joke's on me. God, I hate my life.
Man, it's not that.
This show was more fun when you were picking on Mello in the beginning.
I did say I was gonna leave you alone this show too, didn't I? I'm sorry. I can't help it. This is how I show my love.
Oh.
I guess I need to find a better way, huh? Well, all right then. Let's go ahead.
A loving guy.
Let's get into it and help. Maybe I can save myself.
Here comes the starting 5'5" water boy, D83 with the 3 and Out segment.
D83, what you got going on?
Nothing much other than some hurt feelings right about now.
Why? What happened?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, pal.
Who? Me?
You.
What
Yeah,
did
you
I
have
do? What happened?
nothing.
I don't know. I'm gonna get it together. I'm sorry.
My life choices. So, can't wait, man. This Saturday, I'm taking the kids. We're going up to Capital One Arena in DC, going to see the Big Three basketball playoffs.
Ah,
Should be awesome. I'm
Wow.
looking forward to it.
how did I not get an invite?
Starts at 12. Starts at 12 o'clock. Because we would have to be friends. And as you have told me several times,
This is correct.
that is something we are not.
That's true. That's true. And if it requires that stipulation, I'll pass.
And if it wasn't for me spending my money on the kids all the time, they probably wouldn't be my friends either.
I'm sorry, man. That's tough, bro.
I would just be alone all by myself. This cruel world.
Oh gosh, man. I might have to. I'll reconsider our friendship.
Thank you. So, NFL news, of course, yesterday, you had big free agent signing with Delvin Cook, the former running back for the Minnesota Vikings. He signed with the Jets for $8.6 million for a 1-year deal. It's not bad. Yeah, the Jets are loaded now. They got Aaron Rodgers. They already had wide receiver Corey Davis, who they picked up in 2021 from the Titans. Yeah, I saw you shaking your head. I know. I feel your pain. No, he's been really good too, by the way.
I know, but that's they won't say it officially, but that's why the GM got fired. That was like the straw that broke the camel's back, because he blew that deal, and he wanted to stay with Tennessee, and he did not. Man, and I'm gonna tell you, I can't think of names now. What's our coach name? That's embarrassing.
Vrabel.
Thank you.
Mike Vrabel.
I don't know why I was thinking, but he was pissed, visibly pissed. They showed a clip of that. Yeah, he was quite upset. But anyways,
It is what it is.
it's the game.
It's unfortunate, but it happens all the time to many teams.
It's the business.
Look what happened in the NBA with the Bulls. That Bulls dynasty could have went for a 7th championship, but
Yeah.
the GM decided to break the team up.
Yep.
So be it. It is what it is. I mean, but again, they got Corey Davis. They got another wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, who was their first-round pick last year. Of course, they picked up Alan Lazard. He used to play for Green Bay last year. Picked him up in free agency. They already had a tight end, C.J. Uzma. They also had tight end Tyler Conkin, who are really good combination. So what I've realized is that the Jets are covering up the fact that they have no offensive line.
That's what it sounds like to me, man.
Because
you put
they
all
don't.
the weapons on the side. Hey, let them go. Hopefully,
They
you get the
don't.
ball to somebody.
They don't. They're
Hey.
covering up that. Just like I used to work out all the time to cover up the fact that I'm losing my hair and my teeth aren't straight. People do. No. They're getting straighter now thanks to Invisalign.
I'm speechless. That's a first. What do you say to that? I don't even know, man. Wow. Well, all right. Hey,
God.
listen, it's all good, man.
The last little bit of sports news I have is I've grown 3 inches. Yep, that's right.
Awesome.
I am now average height. And
Why he gonna lie like that, yo?
still not average height.
Why he gonna lie like that? You know good and well you ain't no average height, bruh.
That's messed up. Hey,
No, I take that, but you could be average height for a woman.
that's messed up. I can't do it like live, but you get the gist of it, right?
What's wrong with your eyebrow? Something wrong with your eyebrow?
I'm the
Oh,
man.
it's your eye. Your eyeball? You
Yeah,
got something in
I
it?
got pink eye. I got pink eye. All right. Anyways, I hate you. So, I also wanted.
That was
so
real.
much.
That was real.
Oh God.
I don't
I
know
also
if I'm
want to
make
touch
it
a
on
little
here.
bit. I also want to touch a little bit music. Bring up another album.
Okay.
Another one of my favorites. Rough Riders, 1999 first album.
Come on,
Ride or
bro.
Die,
Come
Volume
on,
1.
bro. Come on. You did it with that one. Listen, for anybody who knows me, they know I am a DMX fan, right? That is my dude. Favorite rapper ever. Don't care what you say. I didn't say he was the greatest lyricist, but I said he's my favorite rapper. But that Rough Riders crew, they had that whole lineup was stacked. Do you hear me? Oh my gosh, bro.
First album with all those Swiss beats,
Yes, sir.
production.
The locks.
You had features on there with Juvenile, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Myson, Mace, Jermaine Dupri, Big
Yes.
Pun.
The whole album, man, that album is amazing, bro. And then not to
And-
mention, that's just the feature artists. Not to mention the roster they had. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Drag On, The Locks, Eve. Come, man. Of course, X, of course.
My favorite track on that album was the last track, Some X-ish.
Yes. I used to bump that joint. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I used to bump that joint all the time, man.
That album was
Sir.
Down Bottom featuring Juvenile.
Yes, man. I'm about to go listen to that joint right after this show. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. It's in my playlist. The
That
whole
Kiss
album.
of Death, Jada Kiss on there. That album.
Yes. I'm trying to Rough Riders, for this, when they had that span they had, they were untouchable.
was that
untouchable.
What was that Eve joint out there? What You Want, right? But that was also on
Yeah.
her album, right?
I don't. Yeah, I think
remember.
so.
Right, but
Which,
either way.
I don't know if that. I think that was on the album. But I think one of my favorite was Scenario 2000. I think that was on their second album. Oh no, that was Eve's album. That was on
yeah, that
Eve's
was Eve's album.
Yes, man. Listen, I lost it every time that song came on, bro. Absolutely amazing. Y'all,
Yeah, because didn't they? Go ahead.
I was just gonna tell these young Thundercats out here. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all need to go back and listen to some real music. Shoot, I'm just saying.
Yeah, because that Scenario.
I feel old right now saying that.
You should,
I am. I know.
because you are,
I know.
and I am. Sadly.
And Mello is definitely.
Oh, we ain't. That's
She's
not even old.
ancient.
That's ancient.
Wow. 2 years makes me ancient?
Hey, let's
2 years above y'all.
2,000 years maybe.
Well, I look good for my age.
That yes you do. My mama watching. I can't say nothing bad. Oh gosh.
Man, I ain't heard that Scenario 2000. I'm about to listen to that. I
Yeah,
heard that.
that's fire. That man.
Because remember, Swiss broke that beat from the Jigga My.
Exactly.
Remember and he kept pausing it and mixing it. And,
Yeah. Swiss, undoubtedly a monster in the game. I won't label him above Timberland, but he's definitely second. No question.
Yeah.
No question.
I don't think there's anyone out there who could touch Timbo.
Man, Timbo's a genius when it comes to beats, man.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to production, he is an absolute genius. Just to watch him live, you know what I'm saying, as he does his thing, people submit beats to him and stuff. I think we talked about it before, and he just, he'll take that back. Something wrong with that. It's crazy. This man is a genius, literally, in my eyes. I don't know if it's official or not, but
Nah, you already know me. That's my favorite
dude.
of all time.
757, baby. 757. VA. Born and raised. Yes, indeed. DA3, thank you for that, brother. Took me down memory lane. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yes,
No problem,
indeed. Now, it's time for another trip.
Now it's time for a classically awesome journey to Squareville with Mello.
Mello, Let's ride. Where we going today?
We are going to the stars, quite literally.
How we getting there?
SpaceX.
Imagination time.
Oh, dang. This some reading rainbow stuff. Okay, let's do this.
No, but for real, I don't know if y'all had heard on the news the Perseid meteor shower. It peaked last Sunday, August 13th. You familiar? You heard?
Who?
No? Perseid meteor shower.
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard about that.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, let me learn you a little something.
All right, I'm ready to be learned.
So, when you think of meteor showers, we know them usually as falling stars, shooting stars.
Mm.
But what is the Perseid meteor shower? There's several that go on throughout the year, which I'll get to in a little bit. But it is a prolific meteor shower associated with the comet Swift-Tuttle.
I'm sorry.
Swift-Tuttle.
She said Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay, got you. I was
That's
a
not
little
what I
confused on that for a second. I appreciate that, dude.
Oh,
Problem.
it's called the Perseid because they appear in the direction of the constellation Perseus.
Mm.
Go figure.
I got a cat named Perseus. Well, he's not my
Uh,
cat.
Yeah, not the same Perseus.
He could be.
So, as I said, it peaked around August 13th, but it's going on pretty much throughout the rest of the month. Now, a lot of times, we might accidentally catch a glimpse of a shooting star or a meteor shower or something, but they actually go on. I wouldn't say frequently, but there's more times during the year that you're able to see them than not.
So I gotta ask a question.
Yes.
So you said this occurs. Is this a specific meteor shower, or is this just a
It's
term for a specific type of meteor shower? Like,
This is a specific meteor shower.
and it happens how often?
Usually every year.
How does that happen?
Okay, let me get to that.
Oh,
Okay.
so I was just asking.
Okay. So this comet last passed close to Earth in 1992. The Swift-Tuttle. Okay. So it's best viewed in the pre-dawn hours, usually right before the sun starts to rise. The Swift-Tuttle takes 133 years to orbit the sun and is a very large comet. It's 16 miles across. So to put that in perspective, it's twice the size of the comet that supposedly crashed and caused extinction of the dinosaurs.
Mm.
So let's hope it stays up there, first of all. So you might also be wondering, what's the difference between an asteroid, a comet, or a meteoroid? There is a difference, let me tell you.
I didn't
Asteroid?
I didn't ask. I didn't ask.
But that's okay, because you don't like to learn smart stuff.
Excuse me.
You're very mediocre, so I'm a educate those that want to get a little smarter.
She just said I'm mid, bruh. She just called me mid, bruh. Oh my stars! I'm coming over your house, and we gonna fight after this. Please
Bruh,
continue.
you up.
I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. Golly.
So asteroids are rocky objects that orbit the sun and has an average size between a meteoroid and a planet. So that can vary unless you've actually seen one and kind of know what that is. But it's more of like a meteor size, a medium size.
Meteor size or medium sized?
Medium size.
Oh, okay.
Celestial body.
I was who?
Celestial body.
Celestial body. This is like heavenly, like in the
No,
godly realm. I mean,
no, it's in, outer space.
oh, okay. I didn't.
So a comet
Mm,
is actually an object made mostly of ice and dust. You probably remember learning this at some point
that's why they
in
have the
school.
tails.
Correct. And they
Oh.
usually have little halos, from the gas
I know
that's
stuff.
around them.
Yeah, I was
Me
thinking you're
me.
not as dumb as you look. You know what I'm saying?
The level of disrespect I get on this show is unreal.
And a meteoroid is a space rock, relatively small object traveling through space between the size of a grain of dust and a small asteroid.
What?
My brain size.
He got it
I
before.
figured I'd say it before you did.
He got it before me. God dog it.
So this is where it gets a little confusing because a meteoroid is in space, a rock floating in space. A meteor is a meteoroid that enters the Earth's atmosphere, so we're then able to see it. And then a meteorite is a meteoroid that has hit the Earth's surface.
Man, come on, bro. That can't
That
be
ain't-
real.
It is real.
You know what?
Look up.
I'm
That's-
leaving. I'm done with Squareville. It's too confused. My head hurt now.
Look.
I'm taking the next bus back to reality. I can't.
So the meteor showers, if you'd like to catch one, they do happen throughout the year. So you have the quadrantids, which is December and January.
I don't think
You
you
have-
pronounced that right.
I did. Quadrantids.
You didn't sound too.
The lyrics, which is usually around April. The Perseids, which we just talked about, happens usually in August.
Mm.
The Orionids happens in October.
I need somebody to explain to me, like realistically. I'm being serious.
Uh-huh.
How this reoccurs on such a regular schedule. Out of if we just think about the infinite space of the universe, right? How is it that everything happens on a cycle that is in outer space? Like, how does this happen? I need somebody to explain that to me.
Just like the Earth takes 300 and
So
Maybe the world is flat.
that wouldn't really explain it, though.
I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
But I mean, everything kind of has its own cycle. Like we know it takes 365 days for the Earth to revolve around the sun.
I get that.
So these celestial bodies
So they just
usually
so they enter because they got to burn up, right? They don't enter
No.
into the atmosphere and exit, do they?
No, so like I was saying, the meteor shower, this is actually debris and stuff coming off of the comet. It's not the comet itself.
Okay.
So that's why we're able
So
to
what's-
see it.
Okay.
Because it's entering the Earth's atmosphere, the debris from the comet,
I'm so confused.
and it's burning up.
I'm so confused. Good gosh. You was talking about meteorites and meteors, and now we on comets. I quit. I'm turning my brain off for now. Please continue.
So the Leonids happens in November, and the Geminids happen usually in December. So if you've noticed some of the names, they're named towards the constellations that they're close to. So if you look in the northern hemisphere for these, that's where the constellation is that you'll normally see them.
Somebody wrote a script for this. Somebody programmed this. It's a batch file running somewhere that gives us these meteors. I'm just trying to tell you that. I don't forget it. Ain't no way that happens on clockwork like that. Somebody wrote a batch file, man.
A batch file, is that what it is?
That's it. That explains everything.
Yeah.
And
I
they-
know who the writer is.
And they schedule in task scheduler or set a cron job. My tech people would know what that is.
But there's a little bit of astronomy and just a little bit about, what we see and make wonder, like you wish on a falling star. Well, it's actually a rock or space dust entering into the Earth's atmosphere, burning up.
Thanks for ruining my childhood.
But it's no less beautiful and interesting.
This is not my wish ain't gonna come true now. Because it's not magic.
Well, the wish I wish never came true because I'm still looking at your face. So
Oh, dang. Is she trying to say that she wished death upon you? God dang. That's what I gathered out of that.
I'm leaving. The show is over. I'm done.
I love you, Maestro.
I'm
But
not talking to Mello for the rest of the show. We got roughly
but that's
34 minutes. Don't talk to me.
but there's my little tidbit, my little bit on astronomy for this evening.
Well, thank you for the interesting topic.
I know it went over your head. You know, it's
It was
for
most
those who
confusing.
actually a little bit more intelligent who can comprehend the subject matter I'm talking about, not you.
She was talking to you, D83. I
Ain't
thought
talking, hey, I know
she
she's
was
talking to me.
talking to me. She
I
lost
couldn't
her mind.
comprehend
She
none
talking
of
to
it.
me like that.
I'm only 5'5". It don't take much to go over my head.
Oh gosh. Mello is on.
Speaking
one
of
today.
roids, though. Speaking of roids.
You have some of the him kind?
I've had hemorrhoids once. And let me tell you something.
Do we
I
really
wouldn't
need
wish
to
that.
discuss
I wouldn't
this?
wish that on anybody. And I was thinking, when I was a kid, I used to have older people always tell me, you're acting like such a hemorrhoid right now. They owe me an apology. That's not really nice. I wouldn't call anybody that.
Sir, now you understand your behavior. That's.
I get it now.
Oh man. Oh man. Let's just move on. I was really afraid I was gonna have to hit the mute button on him. Y'all just don't understand. His mind is a very dangerous place.
So not true.
Okay, let's go.
あなたが一緒にいないと心が折れる
Yeah. So I'm gonna get right into it, y'all. And the anime I got for y'all today, excuse me, it's called The Case Study of Vanitas. Case Study of Vanitas. Again, in one of my search sessions of flipping through many anime, the cover illustration caught my eye, and I was like, wow, okay, this looks cool, because it had blue in it. Blue's my favorite color. I know. Don't judge me. It is what it is. But I was really glad that I found it. Sometimes those are the best ones, like the hidden gems, You're just searching through something, and you're like, oh, man, I just found this king. It's great. Anyways, it is one season currently with 24 episodes. The second season, I believe it's in production, if not on its way out. And basically, it takes place in 19th century France. And vampires and humans are coexisting. Yes. So the story follows Noe, who is a young vampire. He's traveling, on a mission from his master to find the Book of Vanitas. This book is said to contain a curse, a curse that can affect all vampires, a devastating curse. So in his travels, they have airships. It's like, I guess the Lindenberg was that giant blimp that went up, except, well, they got all these things, airships, right? So as he's traveling on this airship, he gets caught up in an incident with none other than a human calling himself Vanitas. And lo and behold, he has the Book of Vanitas with him. And interestingly enough, he is on a mission, Vanitas, to cure vampires of a sickness called malnomen. So basically, the malnomen are effective vampires. It has to do with I think it's the world code and how it interacts. I don't know. It's a little confusing. You have to watch it. But basically, vampires have a true name, right? And if their true name is known, it can be corrupted, and therefore turning them into malnomen, which are basically like zombie type vampires. It's kind of strange. Anyways, so Vanitas and Noe get caught up in this incident on this airship, and there starts their interesting relationship. Um, I think one of the best parts about this anime is their relationship and their interaction, their characters. Um, they are very engaging. They have contrasting personalities, uh, but they tend to complement each other. Right? It's a lot of comedy. They have some great back and forth. It just really makes for a really good story. Um, but there are also a bunch of supporting characters that have in-depth stories and backgrounds themselves that add to the narrative. So it's just an amazing. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the first season. It's a great story. the The animation is gorgeous. It's stunningly detailed. The fight scenes, everything. Um, it was a win for me, man. I'm just gonna tell it like that. So, with that being said, Senpai score is a 9.
Nice.
It's definitely worth watching. Catch it. The case study of Vanitas. So yeah. And hours. Anybody who has TikTok understands. You get lost real quick. 2-3 hours gone and you don't know what happened. You was just looking at your phone.
Exactly.
Listen. Because people some fools out there. Anyways. If y'all need some recommendations on some anime, let me know. I got you. Let me know the genre. Or if you just want some recommendations pulled out the sky, I got you. No question. D83 still ain't watched one anime that I recommended for him. So forget about him. I will never recommend another one to him.
I'm sorry. I still love you. I'm always watching sports.
I know.
Like right now, I'm watching Coco Golf get ready to play.
See? And you could be watching some anime instead of Coco Golf.
But see, all right, I can still watch this tennis match, which is live, and not have the volume on. I can still watch it and see what's going on. I don't like reading subtitles.
I don't like reading subtitles either. That's why I will not recommend subbed anime. I will always recommend to you dubbed anime so you don't have to watch words.
Well, I'm just saying I couldn't play anything right now and listen to it while we're on here because that would be rude. And I'm not a rude guy because I care.
Oh, that's a lie. And it
Here,
sounds like
yeah.
excuses to me.
You know what? We can start doing our show in subtitles. That says, I'm your friend. Subtitle, I'm your friend.
I get to do the subtitles though. I get to make the yeah.
I'm your friend.
That's not what that says. Not in my head at least. Yeah. But yes, Mello, you're slacking on your anime too. I don't want to hear about school. I don't care. Listen, get with it. Forget about school. Who needs school? Nobody. You should be a bum, drop out, and just watch anime for the rest of your life. That'll get you going places. Trust me.
Got you. Sounds like an idea.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, kids. Stay in school.
Yeah, stay in school. Oh, look, a wall.
He
Wow.
tried. He tempted me again. He begged me. I was not going for it. I would leave it alone. But let's get to our... Because I want to talk about this. Let's get to our hump day. I guess it's not really a topic, but... I mean a question, but it can be. So let's form it as a question. Who is your favorite artist or artists that are no longer with us? And when I say artists, I'm referring to music artists across any genre, no specific genre. But we talk about music a lot because, hey, we love music. So I do want to, of course, give a shout out to, I'm sure many of y'all heard recently in the news, another Virginia native in the music industry passed away. Magoo of Timbaland and Magoo, and many other groups prior to them actually becoming a full-fledged duo. But he is no longer with us. Super dope. I love their music. Like those two as a duo were great to me. But yeah, Magoo and forgive me, I don't know his real name. I should have pulled it up, but I didn't. I forgot. But yes. So starting off with that, Melody 83. Who are some of your favorite artists that are no longer with us? Now we know obviously some of the greats, right? I want to know if y'all have any that we may not be so familiar with. If not, that's still the greats are great too.
Go ahead, Daddy.
Oh, all right. This is gonna be lengthy. I got
Who you got?
So for me, I'm gonna go off this list of artists that came off the top of my head of musicians that I liked and that are no longer here.
That's dangerous.
To get to one that I have to say impacted my life the most.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. Why do you have to go through a list?
Because there's so many artists. It was hard for me to pick just one, right? Because I got
it.
I love music. I love music. You know this. I love music.
Do I? The only
No,
man that can walk into a restaurant or a store and name every song that's playing. Never seen it before in my life.
It's my mother's fault. Anyway, it is. I still can't. As a kid, we would ride together in the car, and she'd go, "Who's this?" That's how I learned all these artists. And I'm like, I don't know who this is.
That's good stuff, though, man.
Of course, Michael Jackson,
Yes.
Prince,
Yeah.
Yes.
Pac, Big
Yep.
Pun,
Yep.
Big L,
Yep.
Freddie Mercury from Queen,
Mm.
Eddie Money, Eddie Van Halen from Van Halen,
Who's Eddie
Luther
Money?
Vandross,
Oh, come on.
Eddie
man.
Money.
Go ahead.
Eddie Money's.
Yeah.
I got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack your bags and leave tonight? Or take me home tonight. I don't want to let you go till you see the light.
I don't know.
Take me home tonight. Just like Rock said, be my little baby. Oh my God, I love it.
in full effect, y'all. This
I
is
love
what he
it.
does. He knows every
That,
song.
look, that is probably my favorite Eddie Money song. Take Me Home Tonight. Great 80s song. Oh my God, I love that song. Anyways,
He's
I
getting
do,
hyped too, bro. That's what's up.
play it right there. Luther Vandross,
Somebody
Whitney
right there.
Houston.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
Crazy.
yes, sir. Christy McVie from Fleetwood Mac, Glenn Fry from the Eagles. But for me, nothing impacted me more ever than Biggie, Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, you were
And
definitely a big fan.
I can remember, I was playing basketball. It was a Sunday. I was playing basketball. Word had already got out that, he had been, shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember we were listening to music, shooting ball, and then they broke the news that he had passed. And I was just like, man, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that whole situation between him and Pac is crazy, man, and how, there's a lot of rumors floating around, of course, a lot of speculation, but it's funny. If you listen to Eminem's Kill Shot, and at the end of that song, he says something about something to the tune of admitting to something that would be like admitting Puff got Tupac killed or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if y'all, but I was like, yo, that's crazy, man. And then he was like, oh, I'm just playing. I love you, Diddy. But there's a lot of speculation about that.
Right.
Because of that beef that had that rivalry, man. So, who knows?
Yeah.
But we lost that. Yeah, that loss was great. That loss was great for the music industry in general. But that beef was so deep because it literally, pit the East Coast against the West Coast, like quite literally. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't really know Big or Pac, but you were from either side, you automatically had beef with the other side, right? It's kind of like politics nowadays.
You know.
Yeah, which has been getting extreme.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, some were saying, there's some speculation. I've heard many stuff watching YouTube and just listening to reading articles and stuff, but that that the government has something to do with it because it
Yeah.
was getting to, what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying that's
I've
what it
heard that.
is.
I've
Yeah.
heard that with Easy
Yeah.
with Easy's death.
Yeah.
Right.
Who knows, man? But I just know, um, that sent shockwaves around the world. Both of them, Pac, people kind of expected. You know what I'm saying? I say that because of just who he was and how he presented himself. And he had been shot before. So.
Right.
But I think Big had a greater impact, at least. And I say that it might be biased because I'm on the East Coast. So maybe I didn't really feel it. Maybe the West Coast was cheering. Who knows? But yeah, man. Big was definitely that dude. Have you thought about your top artist or favorite artist that has passed, Melo? Doesn't matter. Famous or not famous, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't have as many because not saying that pretty much everybody who has passed contributed in some way to music. And, I respect all genres, even if I'm not, a fan of, that specific genre. But everybody leaves their personal touch and,
Big fact.
it just makes it better for everybody. It's this the one universal language that, touches everybody in some way.
Mm.
I think the most
Gosh.
well, that's what happens when you live in Squareville.
That's not true.
Oh. You probably don't visit enough, so you would know.
I don't want to. Somehow, every time I step foot in Squareville, I get sleepy.
Because your brain just can't handle all the information and intelligence that's there.
It's like watching paint dry.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You're so dramatic. But I think two of the most impactful, and they were big names. Michael Jackson.
No question about it. That might be on many people's top list. You know what I'm saying? Like number one. That's MJ was monumental. Like he shaped music in general.
Yeah. And just the way his sound, his technique, his style seemed to cross all genres.
Now we talking about Little Michael or Big Michael?
Both. Michael, period. Because it just depends. His sound kind of changed over the years. It evolved, which not all artists can do, and to keep them relevant.
Correct.
Correct. And he was relevant until the end. Yes. Like, I've never seen anything like it.
His relevancy kind of changed towards the end. It was marred with a lot of negative, but it does not, to me, it does not or did not tarnish his musical reputation.
Yeah.
Like, it did not diminish that at all.
Yeah. And I would say for me, the female artist who had the most impact was Whitney Houston. Like, when you say like the voice of an angel, quite literally, like in her younger years, it was untouched.
Yeah. You talking
to me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whitney is. I jammed every time a Whitney song come on my playlist. I'm jamming.
Yes,
that's just what it is.
Even now, like, it's just so upbeat and.
Some of them, but she got some great ballads. You know what I'm saying?
And the ballads, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She just got some great pop songs too. Like, Whitney was everywhere, man.
Yeah, those two I think were the biggest, but one that was a little more, maybe I wouldn't say as subtle because he was a big artist too, was Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was a really big fan of him. I loved his voice. I loved his style.
Yeah.
And it was just so sad in the way he left this world.
Yeah.
And it was like,
He had been struggling for a long time,
mm-hmm,
um, because of things that happened in his childhood, in his younger
yeah,
years. And he just could unfortunately, he could never shake those, those demons,
those
so to speak.
demons,
Yeah.
basically.
And
Man, yeah. But I mean,
he-
I think that um, if there is a positive, right, it's his music and how he
Hmm.
shaped his music and how, what I'm saying, uh, he gave us, what he gave us. So
Yeah,
yeah, that is super sad, man. I remember hearing about that. I was just like, man, and then reading his story after that, like
yeah,
that was tough, man.
it was sad. And I
yeah,
have one more. Oh, what was that,
no,
D83?
no, go ahead. Because it was crazy. Because I was like, yeah, that was a good one. And
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know how I didn't even think about him because Lincoln Park was huge,
Oh yeah.
and Chester, his death took place on the birthday of his best friend,
Oh,
Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell, the lead singer of Soundgarden and Audio Slave, who also tragically lost his life the same way Chester did.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
man. They tell you, man. That goes to show you, like, fame and money. They don't,
Can't
that's
buy
not
you
the
happiness.
cure all. Right? Exactly,
Yeah,
man. If not, if anything, it compounds that issue, right?
yeah.
So,
And my last one. She wasn't really big, and you probably haven't heard of her. But I had come across her because I was looking for a song. Um, People Get Ready, one of my favorite, I guess you could call kind of religious songs. Are you familiar with that? I'm gonna need you to listen.
you got some strange taste in music too. So
Bro,
I'm just
I have
saying.
eclectic taste in music.
You have what? Electric taste? Yes, you do.
Eclectic,
No, no, no. Mm-mm. Electric.
whatever.
We're going with electric. Mm-mm.
Her name was Ava Cassidy, and she died pretty tragically too. She ended up, I think, with some sort of cancer, some kind of chronic disease. But she had a lot of potential in my eyes. Like her voice was very soulful, very beautiful. And I think she could have really been big had she been able, you know, to last, you know, into the coming years. But that song, People Get Ready, listen to it by Ava Cassidy,
Okay.
and you'll understand what I'm talking.
Never heard of her, but yeah, that's okay. I just had to pull her up and check her out. So I'm always
Mhm.
down to listen to some new music, man. But yeah, man. It y'all already know who I'm gonna say. A lot of who y'all have named was on my list,
Mhm.
but I got to go. We touched on it a little bit early in the podcast. I got
X.
to, I got to go with my boy DMX, man. Oh my stars! Now he wasn't as you know, uh, the longevity of the game is limited for most. You know, there are few artists that can actually last through several years, continuously making hits. Um, but I think X's music, he was so powerful when he came out and so influential. I think that's really what it's gonna, that's his legacy, right? That's what's gonna keep him lasting through the years, man. Because he was, I mean, raw and gritty are the two words that come to mind. I
Yeah.
mean, like, if you listen to his lyrics, he says it all. Oh man, don't let your young kids listen to it because it's grown folk music. I'm just saying, but it's a reflection of his life and where he came from, and that's deep, man. He was a stick up kid, in his younger years. I think he was in foster care. I think his parents may have abandoned him or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I just know at a young age he was separated from his parents, foster care. That's where he got his love of dogs from, because dogs were always loyal to him. Everybody else, humans weren't. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of his mentality. So that's why he always had a dog persona. So, but yeah, I remember. What was that? What was that? That big movie that they made. Was it Backstage?
I thought you were gonna say Belly.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, Belly was dope. No,
Yeah.
but Backstage with Jay-Z,
Oh yeah.
Ja Rule was in it. Who was
Meth
the
Man, a whole bunch of people.
yeah. So Irv Gotti was doing an interview for Backstage, you know, was part of the whole Backstage thing. And he was talking about DMX because DMX was part of the whole Backstage. It was a concert, just a giant concert, I think, right? And they turned it into a movie. And he was explaining like where he, you know, DMX's hood, right? He's from Yonkers. And he said, "Yo, this man," he said, the walls were ripped off. The place had no windows. Like it was like literally like a third world country where he came from.
Wow.
I was like, "Yo, that's crazy, man." But if you get it, just YouTube that interview, it's short but it's dope. You know, so it gives good insight onto how why he was who he was, right? But yo, he gave us some great music. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
X gave us some great music, man.
It's dark and hell is hot is still
Yes.
one of the greatest.
Oh my
hip-hop.
gosh, man. Album was nasty, man. His energy, he always gave in. I'll never forget I don't know if you were with us the '83 when he came. He was doing that free concert for the Great Depression, his fourth album. That was so dope. This man was doing free concerts, just driving around. And part of the crew, D83, I don't know. You probably had to work. I think you had to work.
I don't know.
You were at KD at that time too, I think. Probably. Anyways, but I got to see that man for free, live, right there, man. That jank was so dope, man. So, but yeah, DMX definitely. Luther Vandross, definitely one of my favorite artists ever.
Yeah.
Ever, man. Ever. Like, when you talk about soulful and smooth, like real R&B, his name at the top.
Was it?
His name is at the top. I'm sorry. But another great, Barry White. That was my dude. Like, his voice is iconic. You know? You got that, you know, people tell me I sound a little bit like like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you almost forgot to tell them. Next time they're humping it.
Dang. You know what? I quit. Find another host. I've got so much disrespect on this episode. Doesn't make any sense. You know what? That's okay though.
Sounds like someone can dish it, but they can't take it.
Oh, I takes it.
And stop crying.
Is then
Who crying? Oh, you didn't that in there. Oh, it's on.
his inside voice is like, I know you are, but what am I?
How'd you know? How'd you know? Are you in my head, sir? Get out my head.
Your tears. Sorry.
Oh, you gonna drink my tea? I hope it's salty. Tastes like despair, doesn't it? Disrespect.
Tastes like a loser.
You know what? Somebody's mic is getting muted next episode. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just
Whole
gonna
time. Don't, look, hey, don't even tell her. That
I
would be
ain't say a
messed up
word.
and hilarious to say that.
Don't mess with the technical guy. Anyways,
Hey, you know,
what's up?
I was gonna say, you know, speaking of DMX too, you know, it also spawned off another big hip hop, you know, or rap career. Ja Rule. You know, Ja Rule biting off of DMX.
You talking about, yeah. Oh, yeah. For a second, I thought you were being serious. I was just like, yo.
Nah.
Even though Ja Rule had a couple of hits, I can't knock it. I might not be a fan of his music, but he had some hits. Yeah, he definitely tried to find. He definitely copied a lot of people. He was like a mix of Pac and X to me. Really,
Yeah.
not even a carbon copy. He was just like a broke down printer copy.
Yeah, it was a broke down
You know what I'm saying?
version. Of
Listen, my man was doing his thing. You know,
Yeah.
he had some hits out there. He was hot for a minute too. A lot of people, liked him. So I just was never a fan of his music. But that whole Murder Inc. thing was crazy too. They were. I ain't gonna say nothing on that. Just gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
We just gonna let it be. Even though Ashanti, she was bad.
Still bad.
I haven't seen her lately, but that would have been dope if Rough Riders would have got Ashanti. But they already had Eve. Eve was fire too. He was bad.
Yeah, I like.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this is going nowhere fast, so let's go ahead and I think we'll call it here, guys. Well, all right. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. We love you, and again, make sure to like and subscribe, so that way you can follow us and be alerted to when we're on. I think that sums it up because I can't remember anything else. So, guess what? We will see y'all later. D83, that was your cue. You messed up, bro.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. See, my whole mind is over here now that we brought up Ashanti.
Oh.
So, yes. Almost forgot. Next time they're humping it, think of us and Ashanti. I don't know, something like that. Love you guys. 2 fingers. Peace.